Okay, hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello everybody. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing alright. Hopefully you're doing well. I am Darkside Phil and I welcome you. I welcome you, my friends, to my gameplay stream. My first of two for today. Today is Thursday, September 13th. 2018. Darn, we missed Friday the 13th by a single day. Welcome, welcome. Full day of streaming ahead of us. Double stream day. Lots of stuff that we'll be doing today. Fun stuff. And I certainly hope that you guys are excited for what is on the agenda. Okay? So let's talk. Let us talk about many, many, many things. First of all, let's talk about what you can expect for today. What kind of content? Well, we're going to be doing more Dragon Quest XI. Classic JRPG. I'm now about 12 hours into the game, maybe a little more. And I'm really liking it. Last time I started playing, I changed the camera style from free to traditional, and now the combat is way better in my opinion. I don't know why the hell a non-traditional camera even existed. Looked really stupid. But had a lot of fun with this game so far. Got a new party member last stream. And now we're in a totally new area and a new dungeon. We're actually in the midst of the new dungeon. That's where I left off last time I was playing. So we'll pick up there, and it looks like we're going to be getting a ship and probably sailing off to a new continent, a whole new area, probably today, on today's stream, okay? And so, I hope that you guys will enjoy the Dragon Quest fun. This will be, by far, a much more chill stream than, say, Spider-Man or Street Fighter or anything else. It's going to be very laid back and relaxed. I just want you guys to understand that it's not going to be a crazy action-packed stream. However, since it is a traditional JRPG and is turn-based combat, it leaves itself open for a lot of downtime, alright? And it leaves itself open for me to interact with you guys a lot, okay? And so, you know, we'll see how today goes, but I hope that you guys are ready to chat and to have fun and have a good interactive stream here today. Very different than the usual stuff that I do in regards to the amount of, action on the stream. As you know, like I said, it's pretty much a slower paced game, but it lends itself open for I could, talk to you guys more, okay? Alright, so that's the first gameplay stream for the day. Later tonight, I'll be checking out the Black Ops 4 Blackout Beta yet again. I played this on Tuesday night, and I didn't know what to expect. I'll be kind of honest with you guys. After playing both the Black Ops 4 Beta of the standard multiplayer and the Battlefield 4 Beta last week, and hating both of them, I did not expect much at all out of this. I thought that it was probably going to be ended up being disappointing. And honestly, it was kind of the complete opposite. I was pleasantly surprised by this Blackout Beta. I actually felt that like it took the best elements of other Battle Royale games and combined them into a game engine that not only ran incredibly well, but also had some really quality gunplay combat, you know? Seriously. It was just so good. It was basically, open world, lots of fun locations because they're previous maps from other Black Ops games combined together with the gunplay of Call of Duty, which is much more better and responsive than most other Battle Royale games that have been out there. I'm sorry, but Call of Duty gameplay at its core is better than Fortnite, PUBG, and H1Z1. It just is, okay? Vehicles, right? Having vehicles you could drive, which is good, and the fact that they actually have some new things like zombies are added into the mix, right? Pretty cool. I just played it for 2 hours and actually had a lot of fun just exploring and trying to figure it out. I actually had 2 top 2 finishes and almost won twice, which is pretty funny. So, I guess we'll see how it goes tonight. 2 more hours of fun Blackout gameplay, and I certainly hope that it goes well, and I certainly hope that you guys enjoy. Alright, so 2 more hours tonight. Honestly, it kind of gives me hope. It actually gives me hope for Black Ops 4 because honestly, I just don't like the multiplayer of the game. I think the multiplayer is kind of shitty. and I am enjoying the fact that playing the game and this mode is actually giving me some pleasure because I already pre-ordered it, right? I already pre-ordered it, and obviously what I'm nervous about is what's going to happen if, you know, the multiplayer sucks, the zombies ain't so good. I bought this game, and now it just sits there and collects dust, right? But maybe this mode, the Blackout mode, will actually get some use. I think it might. At least from what I'm seeing so far, it's looking pretty solid, okay? All right. So that's today. So Dragon Quest followed by Blackout. That's today's streams. Tomorrow we've got a new release. I am going to be checking out Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I made my decision. I will be doing it. It'll be the premiere, or the premiere stream will be tomorrow's first gameplay stream. So we'll be able to check it out together and collectively say, gee, does this look any good or not, right? You know, we'll see. We shall definitely see how it goes tomorrow. Now, this is the final game in the Tomb Raider trilogy. I was very critical of Rise of the Tomb Raider. From feedback I've been hearing is that the game is basically a slightly better version of Rise of the Tomb Raider, but don't expect much innovation. However, I am hearing that the tomb explorations and puzzles in the tombs is much better and more of a focus in this game, while the last game was just combat, 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 combat. This game apparently has less of that, okay? That's a good thing, in my opinion. So, tomorrow, Rise of the Tomb Raider, right? No, excuse me, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. On my first stream. Then tomorrow night, 2 hours of Spider-Man. From what I'm to understand, I'm getting near the end of the game, but probably still about 6 to 8 hours away, if I just focus on the story. So we'll see after 2 more hours tomorrow night how close I am. But I am getting, you know, close to the end. I mean, there's only 3 spider suits left to unlock, and there's only 2 kinds of side content left to do that I haven't unlocked yet. And, you know, probably a major focus on the story coming up. So we shall see. All right. Saturday's my day off, guys. Remember, Saturday's my day off, but I'll be back on Sunday. And it'll probably be more Shadow of the Tomb Raider. But if people really want more Spider-Man instead, maybe I'll do Spider-Man. I guess we'll see how Tomb Raider goes on Friday to determine what I'm going to be doing Sunday. But whatever I don't do on Sunday, I'll be doing on Monday. So either Sunday, Monday will be Tomb Raider or Spidey. And then Monday night, kind of up in the air. You know, I'm thinking about, gee, what do I want to do Monday night? Do I want to do maybe more Spidey or more Tomb Raider if that's the other game that doesn't get played? Maybe I want to do 2 more hours of Dragon Quest, which it very strongly might be. And then next week, guys, there is a new release next week. I didn't know if you guys knew this. It's called Transference, or Transference. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a survival horror game. It was premiered at E3 this year. It stars Elijah Wood. And it's this weird game where you don't know what to trust. There's like all these like mind-bending things going on, and you don't know if what you're seeing is real or if it's your mind's all fucked up or if you're in a virtual reality simulation. Apparently, originally, the game was supposed to be VR only, but I guess they made it non-VR. So if it is non-VR, I will be playing it next week, okay? Because I'm not playing it in VR. I mean, I just don't want to put that fucking thing on my head. I don't. You know, and I'm at the point where, you know, I have stayed away from VR purposely for almost 2 years now, because I really don't feel that there's been any reason to do it. Plus, with my new style, it's not really new anymore. I've been doing it for over a year and a half, but my interactive streaming style, there's no way that I could keep doing it, right? If, sadly, I have a thing on my head, a giant device on my head. So, if the game is able to be played without VR, I'll be playing that next week. Also, next week is Ask the King, the return of my Q&A show. It's actually a week from today. So, FYI, guys, if you want to get your question answered on my Q&A show next week, you have to post up a question over on the kingofhate.com forums. So, please head over there to thekingofhate.com. There's already a thread for this new Ask the King episode. And please go ahead and post up your questions, all right? Also, either next week or the final week of this month is going to be my 10-year anniversary retrospective event where I go back and watch my own stuff and kind of react to it live on stream. Now, I'm not setting the date yet, all right, but it is going to be soon. There's actually a few reasons why I'm not setting the date yet. I'll talk more about that, but my schedule may be shuffled around a little bit. Like, for example, right now, every week, guys, my day off is a Saturday. Well, very soon, as in maybe the next couple of weeks, that may not be the case anymore. It may be that I'm actually here streaming all day Saturday, and a different weekday is a day off, my day off for the week, okay? So once I get that set in stone, I figure it all out, I'll let you guys know, and then I'll be setting the date for the anniversary event, okay? All right. So that's the rough schedule, you know, moving forward. I hope you guys are excited. Thank you guys for the support. You know, the past few months have been great here on Twitch. Absolutely, they have been. I hope we can keep that up. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This week has kind of been really slow. And it makes me nervous because this week I was thinking it was going to be a big week with Spider-Man, right? The big new release everyone's waiting for. And I'll be honest, it's kind of exactly what happened with God of War. If you guys aren't aware, when God of War came out earlier this year in April, not many people tuned into my streams. In fact, a lot of people said, well, we're playing this game along ourselves because it's such a huge release. So we're not going to watch the streams, but we're going to watch the videos on YouTube afterward. And it seems like that is what's happening with Spider-Man. But the problem here is my ad revenue on YouTube is terrible now. Like back when God of War was out, I was making a lot of money every day on the God of War videos. I'm not exaggerating, less than 1/3 of what I was making just back in April on God of War. So, sadly, the model of, oh, no one watches on stream and people just watch on YouTube isn't really working right now. Now, maybe in the long term it will, because maybe eventually, because I'm making the longer videos on YouTube now, maybe I will eventually get more viewership. I will bring in more subs. You know, right now the engagement on the channel is up. The subs are up. Like, everything is up. Every stat is up except for revenue, which sucks, because revenue is obviously what I depend on to pay my bills, right? It sucks. But that's reality right now is, you know, I am not with the partner network anymore, and I'm running much longer videos than I ever did. You know, my videos are 45 minutes to an hour long when they used to be 10 minutes, right? So, you know, it is what it is. You know, a lot of people are watching the playthrough. I can't complain that people aren't watching, because they are. On YouTube, the views are good. It's just that YouTube isn't bringing me in really any money anymore. So I am kind of reliant on people coming to streams and being supportive here, and it's kind of slowed down this week. You know, I just think about it. Spider-Man I played, what, at least 2-3 times already this week? So things have slowed down dramatically because of that. So what I'm hoping is that more of a balance will bring more of a variety of people to streams to be supportive. You know what I mean? Like Dragon Quest, then I'll start up Tomb Raider. You know, I'll be starting up different stuff. And I'm hoping that this transference next week, maybe more variety is the key. I think once we hit October, we're going to be good, because every day there's going to be new stuff. I mean, just in the first week of October, Mega Man 11, Fist of the North Star, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The next week, WWE 2K19 and Black Ops 4. The next week, Soul Calibur 6. The next week, Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, that's insane. That's an insane amount of variety and new games that I think are going to get people excited and coming out. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm just nervous. I'm nervous. So what I could say is this, guys. Thank you for your support. All right? I really do appreciate it. And, you know, just keep doing what you're doing. I can't ask, like I've told you guys a million times, I'll say it again, I can't really ask any more from you. You guys have been incredibly supportive and helped me out many, many times in the past few months in particular. I'd say ever since DSPGaming first got shut down for 2 days, erroneously by YouTube for spam, then when it lost its ads, like those two things, you guys have come out for streams, have been incredibly supportive on the streams, and I'm not going to be upset or angry or anything, you know what I mean? Like, I'm happy, but it just sucks that this is a time of year when typically when I'm playing the big new games, I would see a big boon on YouTube. I would get a giant increase in YouTube revenue as people started watching these playthroughs on YouTube, and it's not to say that I'm not getting the views that I am, but it's not translating into money anymore because of YouTube, you know, fucking everything up. It sucks. So, please, guys, let's just stay positive, right? Let's just stay positive. Let's keep focused. I am hoping that things will end up being good, you know, in the long run. And let's see what happens. I don't know what else to say, you know. Okay? So, now let's get past that. Let's go ahead and let's go to the plugs segment. All right? Plug segment. And then we will do shout-outs for contributions, and then we will get started with Dragon Quest. Fair enough? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this month, it's official. I am now a 10-year-long content creator. 10 years. I think it'll feel more official when we do that 10-year retrospective event, by the way. But for 10 years on the internet, On a daily basis, I have put out fun gameplay content for you guys, right? How many people could say something like that? Not many. And I am proud of, you know, the insane amount of work and passion that I've put into what I've done for the last 10 years. And I want to say thank you guys for allowing me to do it through your viewership on YouTube, through your following and viewership here on Twitch, and all of your support through all the various methods that you have lent it. You've allowed me to continue to do this for a living, and I do appreciate that. That being said, I want to keep it going. And there are many ways that you can go above and beyond just being a standard stream viewer or video watcher and contribute to help me out and allow me to keep doing this. All right, really is crowdfunding at this point. You know what I mean? Okay. So, number one, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/DarksidePhil. It's a monthly pledge campaign, and what you pledge earns you rewards, okay? For example, if you pledge $5 or more by the end of this month, you will be getting the ability to nominate and vote on horror-themed video games for a Halloween horror marathon that I'm going to be doing. And in addition to that, you're also going to get the ability to vote on what kind of Halloween costume, like what category of costume I'll be wearing during that event. Okay, pretty awesome. That's a lot of power for over a special event. People love that event annually. So just one example, there's many perks that you can get for being a patron, like getting verbal or text shout-outs in my videos and streams, getting your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, which I've already mentioned is coming up next week, getting a private Q&A video made. All of these things are possible for being a patron. So please consider becoming a patron, and thanks to everyone who is, okay? Patreon.com/DarksidePhil. Number two, we've got Teespring, my merchandise shop, where you can buy all kinds of fun things. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs. Great quality stuff. I can attest to that because I own a bunch of it myself, okay? And anything you buy from the shop, you know, you help me out, obviously, because you're contributing. But at the same time, you get a cool collectible, all right? So check it out, my Teespring shop, teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. If you're here live on the stream, and in particular, today is a Dragon Quest stream, like I told you guys, there's huge potential for interaction on today's stream because there's a lot of slow-paced gameplay, all right? If you would like interaction, if you would like to get a shout-out during today's stream for your contributions, okay, guys? You can. All you need to do is either cheer, sub, or tip during the stream, and I will give you a shout-out. Now, please, what I would say is, if you are seeking a shout-out today, please be positive, and don't bring in negativity, don't bring in insults and stuff for myself or other streamers or stream chatters. Don't bring in toxic memes and shit that we don't care about. Please don't, you know, talk about detractors and detractor content. You know, keep it fun, keep it fresh, keep it interesting, keep it lighthearted. We're all trying to just chill and have fun with games, all right? Also, please don't bring up politics or religion. It is a very divisive subject that everyone argues about and gets into arguments on, so let's not make the whole stream about that, okay? All right, so, all that being said, guys, you know, in general, my streams are fun and chill and interesting and all about, you know, interacting with me while I enjoy a game. And thanks for making them like that. And, you know, the interactions are a big part of that. So thanks for your contributions, okay? If you want to go a step further and get an animation to play on tonight's stream, you could do that too. If you either cheer 50 bits or more in one single cheer, if you tip me $5 or more in a single tip, or if you subscribe to the channel and then click the share button that should appear a few minutes after you sub, any of those things, and you'll get an animation to play on the stream as a way to say thank you as well. So it's both visual and verbal recognition. Pretty cool, right? In addition to all of that, as you guys can see, we've got the stream stats leaderboard on the top of the screen, which I will be updating periodically for the top cheer and top tip. So it's another way for you to get recognition for a contribution. If you are the top cheerer or the top tipper for the day, your name will go up there and stay in the playthrough, all right? Now, in addition to all of that, my friends, for those of you who received gift subscriptions this month, of which many of you were, because there was about 500 gifted subs from a gentleman by the name of Tutankhamun, who came in here the past couple of weeks with many contributions. He was a very, very positive and generous person. So again, I gotta say daily thanks to this guy. He really did help me out. But he gifted a ridiculous amount of subscriptions to you guys, okay? If you have one of those gifted subs and you want to keep it going, you can renew that subscription for only $1 if you do this by the end of this month. You have until now, until the end of September. It's an event called September. And if you actually do it, if you extend that subscription for $1, it'll actually do a pop-up in the stream chat so we can all see it. And actually, someone did it this morning, and we all were like, whoa, really? It's going to do a pop-up? That's cool. It gives you recognition for doing it, and it lets you know that you did it. You know what I mean? So that's pretty awesome. Please consider extending those gifted subs if you would like to continue with all the benefits, including the awesome emotes. You know, right now we got the Spider-Man emotes and the Street Fighter emotes for current game playthroughs that I'm playing. I'm sure we're going to have more in the future that are more catered towards other future games. Plus, you don't have to watch advertisements when I run them. And you get a cool chat crown badge in the stream chat to show, you know, how long you've been an ongoing sub. All right? Many benefits to subscribing. Very nice. All right. Tutankhamun is here. All right, well, then I would like to say personally, once again, thank you to him for all the contributions that he's given over the past several weeks. You know, people are very, very grateful for those gifted subs in particular. They're really digging it. And thank you, man. Thank you for everything. You know, you cheered, you subbed, and you tipped. You know, very much appreciated right now. So thank you. Okay. Continuing on. The final thing I want to talk about, guys, is right now, for the next 2 to 3 days, things are still very, very tight for me and very, I don't want to say dangerous, but basically I'm in a situation where I'm really nervous because I didn't get a paycheck from YouTube this month like I normally would, and I will be getting moving forward because YouTube disabled my ads for 3 weeks in the month of July and early August, and it completely screwed me over. And normally I would have gotten a paycheck a few days ago, which I didn't receive, and I still have to pay all my bills. Now, the good news is that I'm getting a very big paycheck from Twitch in the next 2 to 3 days, but right now the bills need to be paid now. And I'm in a situation where I'm very, very low on funds. Like, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm in a situation where I don't know if everything's going to clear in the next couple of days. So if you want to help out, right, you want to help me get past this annoying hurdle, and hopefully what I'm thinking is I'll be better off moving forward because I am going to get this big Twitch payment that's much larger than a usual Twitch payment. And like July and August on Twitch were amazing months, by the way, that were really good. So I'm thinking if I can just get past the next couple of days, I should be all right. I hope, knock on wood. I guess we'll see. But the best way, guys, out of all the ways that you can contribute right now, the best way to contribute would be to tip me. By tipping me, those are funds that go straight to my bank account and allow me to pay bills. And I'm not going to exaggerate here, guys. It was your tips, in particular, Tutankhamun gave me a lot of tips the last couple of weeks. And a few other people, you know, a good amount of people, actually, all contributed, tipping me. And you allowed me to basically pay my bills the last few days. Like, I would not have been able to pay any of them if it weren't for you guys. Your tips directly helped me in that regard, okay? So, please, guys, if you really want to help out the most, right now, please consider tipping me today. And there's 2 ways that you can tip me. If you either look below the stream, there's a button that says Tip Jar. You click on that button, it'll take you to my tips page. Or, if you don't want to do it that way, or you don't see that button, you could just type !tip into the stream chat, and that will bring up the link to go to my tips page. And you can click on that link. And either way, it brings you to the tips page. Leaving me a tip, again, directly helps me right now in the next few days where I know I'm going to, you know, basically not have money to pay bills. The tips are going to help out tremendously. Once that Twitch payment comes through, then I'll be like, oh, sigh of relief, but I have to get there, okay? All right, guys, so that is it for the plugs. Let's get out of that. Let's go ahead and let's give shout-outs to those who have contributed. Oh, excuse me. Oh, man, excuse me. Okay. So, shout-outs. First of all, we had some people who contributed overnight, all right? Oh, excuse me. And I will give credit where credit is due. So, first of all, we had Tony Talk, who did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Tony Talk. Sadly, what he said was kind of insulting, but I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to say thank you for the contribution. Wendy McDonald did 2 cheers. Her first cheer says, what do you think the 2008 DSP would think of 2018 DSP if he were to watch you do a live stream? Let me tell you, I think 2008 DSP was a very different person, and if he watched any of the current content of anyone of today, would probably be raging about it and saying it's, you know, oh my God, there's advertisements on stuff and this and that. But you got to understand, if is that number one, 2008 DSP had an office job. Like, that was an office job that I had for 4.5 years, and that was my employment. Just making videos for the internet was kind of a silly thing that I did not take seriously at all when I started in 2008. I thought it was actually a joke. I thought it was kind of funny that people even cared about me making stupid videos for the internet. That's kind of how my attitude was. Wow, this is really stupid. I don't see any value in it. This is just me messing around, and I think it's hilarious. By the way, I got my tickle in my throat today. How annoying. I just thought it was hilarious that people even cared about some guy making videos on the internet. God damn it. It feels like I got a hair in my throat or something. Let me take a sip of a drink here. Ugh. Alright. Well, hopefully I stop choking here. I do feel like there's something in there tickling me, which sucks. You know, I only have to talk for the next 5 hours straight. I hope that this thing will stop tickling me so I can get on with my stream. Okay. But anyway. You got to realize 10 years ago, 2008 was a different era. You couldn't even monetize videos at all. Like, there was no capability to put advertisements on any videos whatsoever on YouTube besides, like, vlogging. Like, I couldn't even monetize a gameplay video back then. It wasn't possible. So, you know, that was a different era. You know, 2008 DSP was also, I mean, I'll be honest, I was a dick. I was kind of like, I wasn't as wise as I am now. I certainly wasn't as mellow as I am now. You know, I'm much more mellowed out now. You know, when I sit down to play a game with you guys, I try to take it seriously. I have fun with it. I try to put out an entertaining stream. Back then, I didn't really give a shit. It was just, I'm going to play a game and drink and fucking swear and just be irreverent, you know. And a lot of times, you know, back then, that was the emergence of the raw Let's Play, right? The raw game playthrough. A lot of people didn't even know what that was. They watched me doing, like, what the hell is this guy doing, right? Today, I mean, how many people do it? A ridiculous amount. So, all that being said, you know, it's a very different climate. 2008 DSP is a very different person than 2018 DSP. And, you know, I'm sure if 2008 DSP were to watch 2018 DSP, he'd be like, what's all these advertisements that roll at the beginning of the stream? You know, Phil seems like he's toned himself down, right? Because it's different. Now I'm actually trying to put out a fun, positive, digestible product because this is my job versus back then it was a hobby that I didn't give a shit about. Just being honest with you guys. You know, it was not something that I took seriously at all. I didn't even start doing this for a job until 2011. So, very different situation, okay? Hold on one second, guys, because now that tickle in my throat is now making my nose screwed up. Let me go blow my nose, and then we'll continue. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. Annoying. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Obviously, it's really annoying. Okay, let's continue on. Wendy McDonald did another cheer, okay? And the cheer was as follows. It says, they say that losing your parents, getting married, and having kids are 3 of life's great indicators. You think those don't apply anymore? Are you looking forward to any of these? Well, first of all, indicators of what would be the question. Like, my parents, losing them would be awful, and I know it's going to happen eventually, obviously. They're getting up there in age. I still talk to them every single week. You know, we get caught up and we stay in touch because, you know, I don't live there anymore. Yeah, I used to live there and I'd be able to see them all the time, and now I haven't seen them since, June of 2016 was the last time I even saw them, you know. And yeah, it's gonna suck losing them. But is that an indicator that you're getting old? I guess when your parents pass away, I don't know. I mean, getting married obviously is a huge life milestone where you're settling down, you're committing to being with one partner for the rest of your life. You know, and that means a lot of things. A lot of people, for marriage means the next step of the life, you know, settling in and looking at different things that maybe we didn't look at beforehand. Having kids, obviously, that's a huge change in life. I mean, when you have kids, basically the focus of your life becomes less on you and more on the kids, right? At least that's what I've heard. Is that, you know, when you have kids, you really do have to become less of a focus on yourself and more on the future of the kids and protecting them and giving them a good life and a good, you know, raising them properly. Now, incidentally, I haven't done any three of these things or experienced any three of these things yet, but I get the feeling that, you know, let's face it, next 10, 15 years, probably my parents are going to be getting up there in age, and I don't know, you know, how long they're going to be around. As I don't want to jinx anything, but, you know, knock on wood again, but hopefully they are around for as long as possible. But you never know, right? Getting married, I mean, it's definitely possible. I'm in a loving relationship with someone right now. We really love and appreciate each other. It's the best relationship I've ever had in my entire life. I've said it before. I feel like that Kat is my soulmate, and that, you know, we're going to have a beautiful life together, and it's definitely in the cards that we could possibly get married moving forward. Having kids, not so much. I don't think either of us are really looking to have kids in this relationship. We've talked about it a few times, and every time it's like, no, we really don't want to have kids. We want to just focus on us. So we'll see, you know, moving forward. But I would say out of those 2 out of 3 things, you know, sadly could be coming up. You know, sadly. And by the way, thank you. I'd just like to say thanks to the idiots in the stream chat who have revealed themselves to be detractors by repeating a detractor meme. Because I just banned you permanently from the chat, and now I know not to put up with your shit anymore. I appreciate that immensely. Because it's funny, because you get these idiots who, you know, pretend like they're fans, and every once in a while they'll even do a cheer. And now they just immediately repeated a detractor meme about an insulting thing about my girlfriend, and you're gone now. So thank you very much. I actually do appreciate you idiots, you know, finally revealing your true nature so I get you the fuck out of here. Thanks very much. Alright, so anyway, there's my answer. I mean, am I looking forward to any of these? Of course I'm not looking forward to losing my parents. Am I looking forward to getting married? Yeah, that would be an amazing thing if I could get married to Kat. I mean, that would be sweet. Kids, like I said, neither of us really are planning on that. So I would say to one of them, absolutely not, and to one of them, yes, and to one of them, it does not apply. So there you go. Okay. Shout out to One Man's Journey, who cheered and said, I noticed that in society, people tie your value as a human being. Wait. People tie your value as a human being? Do you think that valuing people based on how much they are worth is a bad way to look at the human value of people? I don't know what you mean, because I think that there are different ways that people hold value. There's obviously monetary value, so how much you make or how much you own, okay, versus sentimental value, how many people's lives you touch, and how many people feel that you have a value based on your existence. And that could be just being a good friend, being a good relative, being a lover. It could be being a public figure where people look up to you as an idol, right? It could be many different things. In reality, I can't really answer your question, One Man's Journey, because I don't really understand it. Like, I don't know what you mean. You would have to be much more specific. Honestly, I don't think there's a way. There is no universal way to value anything. There isn't. Because everyone's different. Everyone's subjective and has a different perspective. One person may have immense value to another and may have zero value to a completely different person, right? You know, I'm sure there's people out there that some people look up to. My God, you've been an idol, you've been an inspiration my whole life, and another person's never heard of them. You know what I mean? You know, maybe, just maybe, one of the things that is kind of messed up about human society is that we even have these things. Why do we have to rate and rank and value each other against others? Why can't we just find a way, find our little place on the planet to be happy with who we are and what we have, rather than it constantly being about, oh, I need to be better than this guy, or this guy, I can't believe this guy's better than me, or this and that. I get the feeling that a lot of the problems of the world come out because of that, because people aren't just happy with who they are And instead they always have to, they want something more, they have to be something different or something better. You know what I mean? And I kind of get that too, because I've fallen into that rut. You know what I mean? Over the years as a content creator, why does this guy have more popularity than me? Why does this person get better privileges than me? Why does this guy get elitist treatment and not me? But then at the end of the day, when I look at what I've got, you know, I've got a beautiful girl I live with. We love each other. We've got a nice house that I obviously would like to keep, and that's what I'm trying to do. I got a job that I love, you know, and I look at all that, and people say to me frequently, well, Phil, don't you wish that you could go to a convention and have 1,000 fans line up to sign autographs for? Don't you wish that you'd be one of these popular people who gets games 4 weeks early and could stream and get 20,000 people on their stream because they're playing a game early and you make tons of money? Don't you wish you could be an e-celebrity? And I kind of look at the situation and I'm like, you know, maybe not. I don't know. I am happy with where I am. If I could just maintain where I am, I would definitely be happy. The problem is just stuff keeps coming up to threaten that thing. You know what I mean? Like, for example, YouTube. This year, did I expect that YouTube further would have even less ad revenue for me? That YouTube would have all these problems, like getting DSPGaming suspended for 2 days, taking ads away for 3 weeks? Did I really know that I was going to have to pretty much 100% become a full-time streamer and depend on Twitch revenue? No, you know. But shit happens. This is the thing. Like, I can never really plan because this stuff just jumps up out of nowhere all the time. You know, and it kind of makes things uncertain. And you know, but it is what it is. You know, I'm happy with if I could just maintain what I have, I would be happy. That's the truth of it. I'm not looking to have any more than what I already have. I just want to keep what I got. You know what I mean? And I know some people would value people at different. Oh, Phil's not as good as this guy, or Phil's better than this guy. I don't think about that. I don't value humans as this person's better than this or worse than this. Like I said, I think that's actually a major problem with our society, is that everything's about rankings and how much you're worth and how much better you are than someone else, and it's ridiculous in my opinion. It really is. All right, let's now get to people who cheered, subbed, and tipped during today's stream. Okay. Let's go ahead and cheer. Let's go ahead and cheer. Let's go ahead and give credit for cheers is what I meant to say. And we're going to start off with Knows Nobody, who did a 100-bit cheer and said, do you have a favorite Disney movie? Yes. The Lion King. Still, to this day, is my favorite Disney movie. And I mean that, like, out of all Disney movies ever, I think The Lion King is my favorite. And that includes, you know, Disney makes a lot of movies, right? Disney makes animated movies. They make live-action movies. They now own franchises like Marvel and Star Wars. I still think The Lion King is my favorite thing they've ever put out. Like, I do. It's just the perfect combination. It was an original plot. It wasn't like a rehashed fairy tale you'd heard a million times. It had a great cast. It had good musical numbers. At the time, the artwork was cutting edge, state of the art. And, you know, has this really dark ending that actually turns into a positive one. It's like, even though things could go wrong in life, you could still turn them around. You know, even if things don't go as intended, you could still come back from them. It's kind of a motivational story in a lot of ways. I would say definitely The Lion King. Okay, so thank you, Knows Nobody, for that cheer. I received an anonymous $6.66 tip. Thank you very much to the anonymous tipper, whoever you are. And as I've told you guys, the best way that you can help me out right now and contribute is by tipping me, guys. Even though I do appreciate everything else you guys are doing, tipping me right now in the short term is helping me out the most. In a couple days, it won't matter anymore because I'll get my Twitch payment. But until then, things are so tight. You know, if you absolutely are going to be supportive and you have the choice to choose how to support, please tip me. Okay, guys? Okay, people are now nervous. They said 666 is the mark of the beast. Actually, it's not, if you guys aren't aware. See, I actually did some research back in the day. 666 is not the mark of the devil or the mark of the beast at all. It's actually a number that references Caesar Augustus, who was the emperor of Rome. And he was, by many, vilified. Many people did not like him. They felt that he was a cruel ruler And so they made 666. I believe that's supposed to like, correspond to his birth date or something like that. They made that correspond. Oh, that's the mark of the devil, the mark of the beast, because they were basically trying to vilify the emperor. And then later on, what they did is people took that and turned it into, oh, it's the mark of the devil, it's evil, it's a bad number, you know. But there you go. Okay. Okay. Shout out to Android X, who did a 25-bit cheer. He says, if YouTube is still down, you got to go back to your shorter videos. Real fans want you to keep doing this more than anything else. We'll accept short videos if it keeps you afloat. Well, I understand what you're saying, Android, and I get it. Like, if it gets so bad, let me put it this way. Right now, the reason that I'm able to keep doing what I'm doing, the way I'm doing it, is because I've had so much support on Twitch. Now, I had 2 pretty lucky months. In July, we had people who were coming in and were incredibly generous with the largest cheer I've ever gotten. And a few people were competing to basically get to the top of the cheering leaderboards. And all that added up to the point where it was an amazing amount of support. Okay. In August, we had Tutankhamun, who showed up for the first time. He did a crazy amount of cheering. He tipped me a bunch. And he's, been gifting subs. So he's been helping out tremendously. So basically what we have is the standard, the fan base who are here every day, who are contributing in amazing ways, and then we've got these newcomers and or these kind of extenuating circumstances that are popping up that are allowing me to do better for myself here on Twitch, which is honestly kind of an anomaly. But the good news is it's enough to make up for the fact that I'm making so much less on YouTube because I've started doing the longer videos and all that. If I can keep it up, if I can keep making what I'm making on Twitch on a monthly basis, then I'm fine with the giant loss of revenue that I've had on YouTube. I will continue to make the longer videos, and do my best to try to make DSPGaming grow as a channel. Excuse me. Yuck. But I can only do that as long as I'm getting enough support here on Twitch. It's that simple. Like, the Twitch support is making up for the fact of the giant loss I'm having on YouTube. So, let's say, for example, end of this month, end of October, which are months that I'm really depending on being good months here on Twitch because of all the new games and everything. If I'm not seeing, like, if my revenue goes way down on Twitch in September and October, then I guess drastic measures, right? I may have to change it and say, I'm sorry, guys, I have to go back to the 10-minute videos on YouTube. I know it sucks, but I have nothing I can do about it. I have to do it to survive. Okay? And I don't want to do that. I want to keep doing the longer videos. This is what people have wanted for years. Like I said, I have seen sub growth. The engagement rate on the videos is way up. I'm not even kidding you. The engagement rate on my YouTube videos is doubled in the past month and a half that I've been doing the longer videos on DSPGaming. That's tremendously good. That's amazingly positive. And I want to keep that going. I want to keep this channel growing in positive ways. But I also have to pay the bills. So we have to see what happens. If I can keep making what I'm making on Twitch, great. Then I will keep with the longer videos. But give it a month or two here. If things are terrible on Twitch and slow down, even though they're supposed to be picking up, if they slow down and, I can't make as much, then I'm going to have to adjust. I'm just going to have to, okay? All right. Okay, shout out to Chewy Cakes, who did a 570-bit cheer. You were the top cheerer for today, Chewy Cakes. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Shit. Oops. 570. There we go. Thank you very much, Chewy Cakes, for that top cheer. And now it looks like, see, I didn't know because I was reading these contributions lower. Tutankhamun actually did gift a bunch of subs today. Okay. Wow. Thank you, Tutankhamun. Let's go ahead and give some big credit. Thank you. He gifted a sub to Otaku Skull Gaming. So congratulations to Otaku Skull Gaming. I actually know he's one of my biggest fans and has just started recently attending streams. He must be stoked to have that sub, right? Shout out to Nightbot, who got a sub. So Nightbot now will actually have a sub associated. So when it has those messages that have emotes, you'll be able to see the emotes again. There you go. AES did a 25-bit cheer. It says, I just earned the platinum for Spider-Man and Watch Dogs. Which of these games would I tackle? Marvel Ultimate Alliance on hard mode, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Detroit Become Human, or going for the platinum trophy in the Crash Bandicoot trilogy? Whew. I guess it really depends on your choice of what you're going with. Do you want a great story? Out of all those, Detroit Become Human has the best story. The best gameplay, I would almost say Crash Bandicoot. Assassin's Creed Syndicate I liked, and a lot of people didn't play it because Assassin's Creed Unity had come out the year before, and so it was such a piece of shit that most people skipped Syndicate. I thought Syndicate was one of the better Assassin's Creed games, so that's, I mean, these are all good choices. I love Marvel Ultimate Alliance as well. Alright, if it were me, and I had never played any of those games, I'd probably play Detroit Become Human first, then Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and then a toss-up between Crash and Marvel. There you go. Alright, Tutankhamun gifted a sub to Ogugua Nanob. Oh my goodness. Ogugua Anun Obi. Congratulations on your gifted sub. I have no idea how to say your name, but I hope you enjoyed the gifted sub. And again, thank you, Tutankhamun, for the support. Kate cheered. I said, happy Thursday, Phil. Also, I played a little bit of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm loving it. I think you should give it a shot. I am. I'm playing it. I've decided. I am going to play it tomorrow, Kate. It is a lock. I will be playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider tomorrow. All right, Tutankhamun gifted a sub to Amos Bro. Congratulations to Amos Bro. Again, thank you, Tutankhamun. And then Tutankhamun gifted a sub to Captain Caveman. Congratulations, Captain Caveman, and thank you, Tutankhamun. Tazariel cheered and said, would you stream the wedding? Hell no. Hell no. If there's anything I've learned, all right? If there's anything I've learned over the last 10 years that I've been a content creator, is that you do need to draw a line between your private life and between what you put out on the public. Okay? Now, allow me to explain. All right, allow me to explain what this means. At one point, I'll be honest, at one point, I was someone who was very kind of, I don't want to say ignorant, I was naive. And remember, when I started making videos for YouTube, I didn't take it seriously. I thought it was funny that people even cared that I would be dicking around in a video game and put out a video and people would watch it and like it. I thought that was silly, okay? But then I noticed over the year of like 2009 that it was really picking up steam. I was getting a lot of viewership on YouTube. I was like, man, maybe I can eventually turn this into something else. And I started doing vlogging. So I started just recording myself talking to the camera, going to an event and recording while I was at the event. You know, and soon basically what I realized is that if I recorded anything, people would watch and it would get attention on the internet. And then, of course, when I started making money doing things like putting ads on my vlogging channel, because remember, originally I could not monetize my gameplay videos. It wasn't allowed, but I was able to monetize vlogging. I said, well, what the hell? If people are going to watch it and like it, why not just fucking record everything, right? So I did. I started recording everything I did. I do weekend preview, channel updates, DSP tries it, right? All these series that I started up. I would go outside and go on a trip or whatever, and I would vlog the whole thing, right? I would vlog the entire vacation from start to finish and show you every aspect of the vacation that I went on and stuff like that, right? So all this happening, but sadly what I realized over time is that when you do that, your private life becomes a public life, and really nothing is private anymore. And so all of the shit, right? All of my shit became public knowledge, and what happened is people eventually found ways to twist that stuff against me, right? Like, let's face it, now, you know, the last 2-3 years, things have been financially tight and you know, not good. But back then, you know, let's say 2011, 2012, 2013, I was making money hand over fist on YouTube. This is before the big bubble burst on YouTube and all the ad revenue basically went away. And so I would go on a vacation and I would get an expensive hotel room and I would, you know, go to this expensive dinner. And I vlogged all of that, and people then, look what Phil did in the past. He was irresponsible with his money and blah, blah, blah. You see what I mean? And I'm going to be very, very honest with you guys. Okay, very honest with you. My relationship right now with Kat is the best relationship I've ever had in my entire life. We were just talking about this yesterday. That keeping stuff private and off the internet has made it such an amazing feeling that we have a life to ourselves, okay? We have our own things that we do together, that we enjoy. We have hobbies that we do together that I've never revealed to you guys. and we have all kinds of fun stuff and things that we do that's just for us. It's private, and it feels special because it's private. You know what I mean? Now, easily, I could have had a camera around during all of these moments of the last, you know, year that I've been dating Kat and the last 7 months that she's been living with me or whatever. And I could have been documenting every single piece of everything we did, and I could have been putting it on the internet to try to make money. And quite frankly, I think that it would have been horrible. I think that it would have been a situation where people would have twisted everything negatively. It would have been like nothing is private. I mean, you guys have barely seen any of Kat, right? You know what I mean? Like, there's a couple pictures when she first moved in, right? And then there's a couple pictures a few months later, and then we made 2 vlogs together recently, you know, past couple of months in the summer. Wasn't it one like 2 of them were in July or something like that? And then we haven't done one since then. Just on those little snippets of information that we've given out of Kat, people, you know, look at the negative shit that's happened, the negative memes and the nasty, disgusting things that people on the internet have done. And it's like, based off of what? Based off of nothing. It's not like Kat ever did anything to deserve any of that kind of treatment, right? It's just fucked up stuff that people do. I'm like, thank God, right? Thank God that we never kind of revealed more that people might have used against us and said more nasty stuff. We enjoy having things private, okay? So being honest here, okay? We're very happy to have what we have and to not have revealed so much to you guys. Not to say that I know that you guys who are true fans and supporters would love to hear more. You want to hear positive things about us, right? And I'll be honest, there's lots of stuff we could share right now, and you'd be like, wow, this is awesome. But I wouldn't want to do that because you know those nasty, negative, toxic people on the internet would twist it into nasty shit. So we do have to kind of pick and choose what we share. No, absolutely not. If we were to get married, we would never live stream the wedding. That sounds nuts to me. No fucking way. But obviously, if something that positive ever happened, let's say we got married, obviously I would let you guys know, right? You know, that's the thing. Like, there would be things that, yes, now there's no harm in just telling you a simple thing like, guess what, we're married. But at the same time, I would not going to give you the details and the build-up and all the information about the fucking wedding. That would be horrible. Horrible potential for trouble, okay? So there you go. Okay. All right, let's continue. So X Thick did 100-bit cheer. He says, I know you say you're thankful when trolls expose themselves in the chat, but in all honesty, does it bother you when you're trying to have a serious discussion about life and then be distracted by asshats? I know I'd lose my motivation real quick. Not really. You know, at one point, yes. At one point, I would feel like it derailed me or it would piss me off. I don't let it get to me anymore. I just see it, and I'm like, wow, here's a golden opportunity to get rid of a couple of assholes who are just here to ruin the chat and to ruin the stream for everybody. You know, I take it as a positive. I take it as a golden nugget of opportunity. Yes, these idiots finally revealed themselves. Good riddance to bad rubbish, right? I'm not going to let it drag me down that a bunch of assholes are going to be negative and say insulting stuff about my girlfriend in particular, which is what those 2 people earlier did. No, I don't let it really bother me anymore. All right, Tutankhamun, my God. MVP here today. He's gifting a bunch of subs yet again. Thank you, Tutankhamun, again for the support. He gifted a sub to Bobby Ling. So congratulations to Bobby Ling on your gifted sub. Kate Sheeran says, what do you think about Disney making all their anime movies into live-action movies? I'm excited for Mulan. I mean, it's funny because there's different eras. I mean, a lot of Disney movies were live action, and then eventually they made animated, and now they're making live action again. It's like, what the holy hell is going on? Like, but everything old is new again, as they say. And as you guys have seen, they rehashing stuff that was popular once for a new generation seems to be all the rave in Hollywood. So I'm certainly not surprised that Disney is going back and taking their classic franchises like Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King and Mulan, and they're making live-action movies out of them. I'm not surprised at all. Personally, I haven't seen any of them. Like, I never actually saw any of these live-action adaptations of their animated stuff. Eventually, maybe I will, and I'll give you an opinion then, but I can't really give you an opinion until I see one, and I haven't seen any, so. All right, Tutankhamun gifted a sub to Obama Ate My Baby. What the hell kind of a name is that? Well, congratulations to that person on the gifted sub. Judicious Echoes cheered 50 bits and says, I saw Lion King in theaters and really enjoyed the SNES game. Pogs were big around then. Oh, yeah, Pogs. I remember those. Were you ever into those? I wasn't into them, but I had some. Like, I remember, like, just buying breakfast cereal. Some of them would come with Pogs. Pogs were just cardboard circles. It was so silly, and I guess you could play a game where you could slam the Pogs down and do stuff, but they were collectibles back in the 90s. I remember that. Then he says, goofy early 90s cardboard. Oh, yeah, goofy early 90s cardboard circles with edgy cartoons printed on them. Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty damn funny that this was a fad back then. Shout out to Tutankhamun again, who gifted us up to Behold Your Future. Thank you, Tutankhamun, and enjoy Behold Your Future. Obama Ate My Baby. Cheered and said, Lion King live action comes out next year. I hope it's good. I mean, I do too, obviously. We all want it to be good. We don't want it to be shitty. Slow Broseph received a gifted sub. Jonathan Snow received a gifted sub. Cool Ranch 88 received a gifted sub. And Sias Vise all received gifted subs from Tutankhamun. So a huge, giant shout out to Tutankhamun, who is being supportive yet again. Thank you very much, sir. Let's check the sub count. We're up to 1,038 subs, which I do believe is the most I've ever had at once. So thank you very much to Tutankhamun for making that happen. Reminder, guys, if you want to help me out the most, the best way to help me today is to tip me. I need that help in the next few days. Then I can stop mentioning it once my Twitch payment comes through. So please consider tipping me on today's stream. Guys, I have to use the bathroom incredibly badly. I'm not even kidding. I've been holding it in for about 15 minutes. I'm going to end the pre-stream here. I'm going to take a small break to run and use the restroom, and then we're going to begin with Dragon Quest XI. Thanks for all the support. I'll be back shortly.